YouTube script tailored for your channel, focusing on the 1991 2 rand coin from South Africa, and discussing its history, design, metal content, and potential collector's value. It's written in an engaging and informative tone suitable for voiceover or on-camera presentation. Is your R-Rand coin from 1991 worth anything? South African coin history 与 value. Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds. Welcome back to your channel name, the place where history meets currency and every coin has a story. Today, we're diving into a coin that might be hiding in your drawer or piggy bank, the South African 2 rand coin from 1991. Is it just pocket change, or could it be worth something more? Let's find out. To understand the value of the 2 rand coin from 1991, we need to go back a bit. The 2 rand denomination was first introduced in 1989, making the 1991 issue one of the earlier years in its coinage history. Before coins, the 2 rand was primarily issued as a banknote. That's right. In earlier decades, South Africans were used to carrying a 2 rand note in their wallets. But as inflation increased and printing costs rose, the Reserve Bank of South Africa decided to replace lower denomination notes with more durable coins, and so, in the late 1980s, the 2 rand coin was born. Segment 2, Design and Features. So, what does the 1991 2 rand coin look like? The obverse, that's the head side, features a beautifully detailed portrait of State President F.W. de Klerk, the man who would go on to share the Nobel Peace Prize with Nelson Mandela in 1993. It's important to remember, this was just a few years before apartheid officially ended. So this coin comes from a highly charged political era in South Africa's history. Around the portrait, you'll often find the words SUID Africa and South Africa, showing off the country's bilingual heritage, Afrikaans and English. On the reverse or the tail side is the graceful image of a kudu antelope, one of South Africa's most iconic and majestic animals. The design was created by L. Kruger, and the animal has become synonymous with strength and pride. Below the antelope, you'll see the denomination. Now let's talk details. The 1991 2 rand coin is made of nickel-plated copper, also known as a copper-nickel alloy. It weighs about 7 grams and has a diameter of 23 millimeters. Unlike older South African coins like the Krugerrand or the pre-1965 silver coins, the 2 rand from 1991 doesn't contain any precious metals. That means its base metal value is relatively low, but, as you probably know, the value of a coin isn't just about what it's made of. History, condition, and rarity play big roles. Segment 4. Circulation versus collector value. So how much is a 1991 2 rand coin worth today? If we're talking about everyday circulated coins, the kind you might find in your change, the value is typically around 2 to 5 rand, depending on where. That's roughly the face value. However, and this is a big how, if your 1991 2 rand coin is in mint condition, or what collectors call uncirculated, it could fetch a bit more, especially if it's part of a proof set or comes with a certificate of authenticity. In those cases, it might be worth 30 to 80 rand, depending on market demand and condition. Not a fortune, but definitely more than its face value. Now here's where things get exciting. Occasionally, a coin from any year can become valuable if there's an error like a misprint, double die, off-center strike, or even a missing mint mark. As of now, there are no widely known minting errors for the 1991 2 rand that have reached the mainstream collector market, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Always check your coin closely. You never know when you might spot something rare. Use a magnifying glass, check the edges, look for doubling on the letters, and inspect for any abnormalities. If you do find something that looks off, you might want to get it appraised by a numismatic expert. Significance. While the 1991 2 rand coin may not be extremely rare or valuable in the monetary sense, it holds historical weight. 1991 was a pivotal year in South Africa's transition from apartheid to democracy. F.W. de Klerk was working alongside Nelson Mandela to dismantle decades of racial segregation and institutional inequality. So, when you hold this coin, You're not just holding a piece of metal, you're holding a snapshot of history. It's a reminder of the complex journey that South Africa undertook toward freedom and equality. And that, in itself, can make it priceless to the right collector or historian. How to store, or if you think your 2 rand coin from 1991 is in great shape or has some unusual feature, what should you do first? Avoid cleaning it. That can reduce its value significantly. Next, consider placing it in a protective sleeve or coin holder to prevent scratches or damage. If you're serious about coins, a basic coin album or collector box is a worthwhile investment, and if you're thinking of selling it, check out local collectors groups, online marketplaces like Bidderbuy or eBay, or even contact a numismatic society in your area. Segment 8. Final thoughts. So, is your 1991 2 rand coin worth thousands? Probably not, but is it a cool piece of South African history that's worth holding onto, especially in great condition? Absolutely. Coins like these are more than just currency. They're tiny, durable time capsules. They reflect the politics, economy, and culture of the times they were made. And sometimes, they surprise you with hidden value, so next time you're going through your change, take a second look. You never know what you might find. Outro music fades in. Narrator, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into rare coins, historical currency, and hidden treasures from around the world. And hey, do you have a rare coin or note you want us to cover? Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting, and keep discovering. Outro music ends. Word count, 1020 words. Duration, 6-7 minutes depending on reading speed and visuals. Would you like a thumbnail idea or video title suggestions to go with this?